Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make crispy pork belly in an offset smoker. Well, hopefully anyway. I'm doing this video because I've been asked quite a few times by people who only own an offset smoker if you can do crispy pork belly in an offset smoker. So in this video, we're going to give it a shot. So we've got our pork belly here. We've followed our normal skin preparation where we've got that nice dry skin and we've jacquarded it as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make some slits on the meat side, and then we're going to season it up. This just really helps to get them flavors penetrating right deep into the meat. So you just want to go about halfway into the meat and then use your favorite rub to season the rest of it. That's our new honey soy slammer rub. I'll put a link down in the description where you can get that. Absolutely love it. Fantastic on pork and chicken. So now that's seasoned up, we'll leave that for 5 or 10 minutes for those flavors to settle in, and we'll set this offset smoker up. All right, so in our firebox, we're just going to start by getting a few firelighters going. And then we'll get a full chimney of charcoal or briquettes on top. Then we'll come back when these are nice, red hot, ashed over and ready to go. I reckon that'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so as you can see, our charcoal's ready. So we'll take this chimney out. I'm going to put my charcoal basket in, and then I'll put my charcoal in. All right, and I want to get a nice hot fire going, so I'm going to get 3 wood splits on. Alright, so I'm going to leave our firebox lid and side door open. We'll give these logs 5 or 10 minutes. I want them to be burning super hot and clean. Alright, and while those logs are catching light, I'll show you the setup we're going to be using. So we've just got a roasting rack here. I've propped it up a little bit more with a couple of balls of alfoil. And the theory is I'm going to put the pork belly skin side down facing the fire. It's going to be far enough away that it's not going to burn, but there's going to be enough high heat there for that crackling to form. Sounds good in theory, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're just about ready to get this pork belly on. So what I'm going to do is finish preparing it. So we're going to flip it back over. I'm just going to wipe off any seasoning on the skin. Then I'll give it a light coat in oil, just on the skin side only. Then we'll give it a sprinkle of salt. All right, now let's have a look at how this fire's going. All right, so that's burning beautifully, so we'll close that lid. I'll leave our side door open, and now we'll give our barbecue 5 minutes to preheat. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's get this belly on. All right, so when you're working with high semi-direct heat, you want to be checking your crackling quite often because it can burn easily. That is super hot coming out of that exhaust. I'm going to look to check this crackling every 10 to 15 minutes. Once our crackling's set, we're going to finish it off by boating it. So we'll check back in throughout this process, so we'll come back soon. All right, it's been just shy of 10 minutes. Let's have a look, and I might even rotate this pork belly around as well. All right, so we're starting to get a little bit of crackling formation. Those edges are starting to cook quite fast. As you can see, this side is a bit behind that side. So let's rotate this pork belly and keep it going. All right, it's only been 5 minutes this time, but let's have another look. Fire's pretty intense, so I don't want this crackling to burn. As you can see, our crackling's starting to get much more even. I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees this time, and we'll let it go for another 5 minutes. All right, I might just give it one more turn for 5 minutes, and then I might move it indirect. I think it might be a touch too close to the fire, so we'll come back soon. All right, so we're around 20 minutes in. Starting to look quite nice. Getting some crispy edges, so I reckon what I'll do now is I'll put it back, but I'm just going to move it away from the fire a little bit. And now I'll just check it every 10 minutes. I'll keep rotating it if I need to, and now we'll come back once our crackling's set. All right, so we're about 40 minutes in now. Let's have a look. Our crackling's formed all over, but I still want a bit of colour on this underside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it over, and I'll give it half an hour, 45 minutes, just for that underside to get some colour, and then we'll finish it off by boating it. All right, so our coals have burnt down nicely. We've got some nice colour on the underside happening. So to finish this belly off, we're going to get a foil tray. We're going to put the belly in the foil tray. We'll get rid of this roasting rack. Bring our belly into the middle, and we're going to fill our tray up with some chicken stock. And you just want to fill it up enough so it just sits below the crackling. And I'm just going to wipe off the bit of chicken stock I splashed on the skin. Boating it in that chicken stock is going to really help that meat become nice, juicy and tender. So we're going to shut our lid, And now all I'm going to do, since our coals have burnt down a bit, is just maintain a smoking temperature of around 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. And we're going to take this pork belly until it's nice and tender around the 200 Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius internal mark. I reckon that'll take another hour, maybe an hour and a half to get there. So we'll come back once we've hit that stage. Alright, so it's actually been about 2.5 hours now. I reckon this belly should be pretty close, if not at the internal temperature we want it to be at. It feels nice and soft. About 193. I'm happy to get it out now. If you want it extra soft, just take it a bit further. But what I'm going to do, just to bring some colour back to that bottom side, is I'll get it out. I'll move that tray across, and I'll just place it down on our cooking grate, and we'll give that 10 minutes just to get some colour back into it. I might even add a glaze to the underside of it. Got some South Aussie made stuff from Smoke and Mangoes, a beautiful cherry jalapeno glaze. It's very mild on the heat, so the kids will actually love this one as well. So we'll heat some of that up, brush it on the underside in about 10 minutes once we've got some colour back. So we'll be back soon. Alright, we've got some colour back there, so I'm just going to flip it upside down and we'll brush some of this glaze on the underside. We'll give that 5 minutes to set, then we'll come back to slice and serve it. Alright, time to get this out. Alright, let's flip it over for a second. Great crackling. Look at that, juicy as. Let's have a taste. Seriously, how good does that look? All right, time for a taste. That's such a good combo. You've got that salty, crispy, crunchy skin, that beautiful honey soy rub, that sweet glaze with the tender and juicy meat. Amazing. Honestly, it's not the best crackling I've ever had, but it's pretty good for an offset smoker. But this was more of an experiment and I think we did pretty well. So that's the end of the video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.